Hello, you're welcome back to Project Management Demystified. So, this is episode 11 of our Agile Project Management series, focusing on the role of a Scrum Master. So, what does a Scrum Master do? How does a day in the life of a Scrum Master look like? What are some of the challenges that Scrum Masters and the team face? So, in the last episode, episode 10, I was speaking about some of the metrics that we focus on, or some of the metrics that we use and how to approach them, some of the pros of using metrics to help the team to improve. But I specifically said that we should be careful not to use metrics to compare teams. So if you're working across multiple teams or the multiple teams that are within an agile release train. So in this episode 11, I said I was going to cover blockers. So blockers, impediments is a common term that we use in agile project management in the Scrum environments. So it is when, so I was using the example of a burn down chart. That when burn down charts starts plateauing, when the line is straight for a long period of time. So maybe if we expect that teams should be completing an aspect of their work every day, or if the work is broken down into user stories, and say one user story is 5 story points, for instance, so the Scrum Master from experience would have had an idea that, okay, five story points is something that's completed within 5 days, just as an example, so it makes sense. So if you start seeing that the work is extending more than 5 days, then you should ask questions and see how you can support the team. So what a blocker could be is that maybe someone in the team is being pulled to do something and that is stopping them from continuing their work. So it could be an HR process, it could be a regular learning, it could be an issue somewhere. So maybe there's an issue, a wider issue across the organization where someone in your team is required to help. So that the work that you're meant to do as a team has stopped. So as a Scrum Master, what you can do is to consider what the value of the work that you're doing in relation to what the issue that you're being asked to solve is, because we're all there to make the organization progress, make the organization a great place, make the organization add value to the clients. So we won't say because we are in a sprint, then we can only do the things in the sprint. If things are urgent that needs to be fixed, definitely we should be fixing it. So that's one way to look at it. If it's something that can wait, then the Scrum Master can have the conversation, and the conversation might be something that you have to go back and forth multiple times, have meetings. It won't be ideal for that team member that's doing the work. So maybe the work is software development, maybe he's designing something, maybe he's putting a pack together, maybe he's having meetings with other people. It won't be ideal for the team member that's doing that work to be the one to have that engagement with the stakeholders that require their support, because that's time being pulled away from the work that they should be doing. So even if it's just 1 hour or 2 hours or 30 minutes, if it's something that Scrum Master can support with, just to understand the scale of where their help is needed, the Scrum Master can set in and just get the actions that need to be got, and can relay that back to the team and try not to impact the flow of that team member as at the time that they're working. So a lot of the things that Scrum Masters do to remove impediments, to remove blockers for teams, about stakeholder management, stakeholder engagement. So you're engaging with stakeholder, trying to understand. Most times it is about priority. So we're working on something now, but something else has come up. One has to give. So the Scrum Master will step in based on experience on how to influence these stakeholders. And it's usually common sense. And the Scrum Master, yes, is there to protect the team, but we are all working towards the strategic goal of the organization. So anything that will move the organization forward is a priority. Then we consider maybe if there are cost implications. So say the service we're working on or the product we're working on will add a value of, I don't know, maybe £100,000, but there's an issue that could cost the organization £2 million. We should be prioritizing £2 million over £100,000. Sometimes it's not as clear cut as that, but I just use that as an example. So that's one of the ways that Scrum Masters really come into pull their weight, pull their experience to help the team and help the organization, so the team can focus on what they need to focus on. The Scrum Master can help with the prioritization conversations, and then everyone is a win. It's a win-win for both sides. So that's one of the ways, or some of the ways that Scrum Master help with breaking down that barrier and helping remove impediments and blockers. Leave it there for today, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Bye-bye.